Hey, everybody. It's Tuesday night at 8:30, and it is time for Cocktails in the War Room. My name is Mistress Carrie. Thank you so much for joining me each and every Tuesday. And if you're watching this video after the fact on my YouTube channel, we go live on my Facebook page every Tuesday night at 8:30. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to my War Room family. The comments are going crazy. And wait, Wednesday, come here and say hi to everybody. Come here. If you're new to the War Room, thank you for joining me. Allow me to introduce my co-host, Wednesday. Wednesday, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Don't show everybody your butthole. It's rude. So every Tuesday, we started joining each other for drinks in the War Room in the middle of March because of the coronavirus. We did 81 nights straight every night. And then we turned it into a weekly get-together here on my Facebook page. And I love getting together with you guys. It's live. I want your questions. I want to tell you everything that's going on in music. But because we were locked down during the coronavirus, come here, Wednesday, come over here. The only person that I could have co-host with me on a regular basis was Wednesday, who you can find on Instagram at Wednesday the Goth Pug. Normally I do the mail call a little bit later on in the show, but Wednesday, oh God. Wednesday wants to play with one of her new toys, which she got this week, which is amazing. So I'm going to give her this toy early, and then we'll go through the mail call a little bit later on in the show. But before we get into all of the news and everything that's going on, I wanted to show you guys one of the new toys Wednesday got. It squeaks, and it's a tug-of-war rope, which she has been begging me to play with since I unboxed it earlier this afternoon, because for anybody that is not familiar, I open the mail that comes in every week, and I am a 5-year-old when it comes to getting mail and packages, and can't wait until the War Room starts at 8:30 to open them. So I open them in the afternoon and then bring everything in here. What's up, Mickey? So I had this toy, and I guess you could say I have been torturing Wednesday with it because I wouldn't let her play with it until we got in the War Room. And so she's been just looking at it all day, and she's been really pissed at me because I haven't let her play with it. So as you can see, she absolutely loves it. So there you go. Wednesday's got a new toy. Oh, you like that, Wednesday? Huh? Do you like that? Wait till you see the other stuff that Wednesday and I got in the mail this week. Oh my God, so amazing. Can I talk to everybody now, or do you still want to use your camera, Wednesday? I feel like I need to do a split screen with me and Wednesday so that you guys can watch her and that I can look at you at the same time. How many cubic yards of pug toys do you have now? Michael wants to know. That basket that somebody gave me early on in the War Room is now full and overflowing. And every night before I go to bed, I collect all of her toys and put them in the basket. And then she goes into the basket and picks out the ones she wants to play with every day. It's ridiculous. She is a spoiled dog. But believe it or not, she plays with every single toy that she has, just different ones every day. Shelly says Pringles are on the way next week. Oh, Krista says, sorry, I'm late. I'm fired. Krista, you're fine. I hope you didn't get fired. What's up, Scott? How are you? Thanks for joining us over the weekend. Yes, I have a lot of news. I got Wednesday over here still playing. But first thing I want to do is thank this week's sponsors, not only of Cocktails in the War Room, but also of this week's podcast episode, Latini Creative Solutions, who you can find at latinicreative.com if you are looking to help your already established company rebrand, if you're looking for new artwork, logos, anything like that. And then also Jumptown Skydiving, which is right in Orange, Massachusetts. If you have always wanted to jump out of a plane and check it off your bucket list, they are taking reservations every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for tandems. And you can go to jumptown.com and make a reservation. I apologize. I play with the squeakers a lot. And if it makes all of your animals scream and bark at the computer, I apologize. Wednesday is very excited about her new toys. So there is a lot going on. For anybody that missed the War Room over the last couple of weeks, this may come as a surprise. For anybody that has a Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass, this is not a surprise to you at all. A plug for the Backstage Pass, because there's a lot of people in the War Room that have them, if you go to patreon.com/Mistress Carrie, you can get a backstage pass and you get exclusive access to pictures and stories. We do some online polling. You're going to get discounted merchandise. We're very close to launching the website and the online store, finishing touches in the next couple of weeks, and then we're going to be good to go. But for anybody that already has the backstage pass, you have already seen some pictures and already are kind of filled in on everything that's going on. You can expect a full-length blog for anybody that has a backstage pass very soon, answering a lot of other questions and just kind of telling the story of the day. But for anybody that was not aware, I got married over the weekend. Surprise! I got engaged, I don't know, less than 2 weeks ago. And my husband and I decided to get married right away. And so I got married on Saturday. I told you guys last week in the War Room that it was basically my bachelorette party or my bridal shower. And that by the time we joined each other in the War Room again, that I was going to be married. And it totally happened. So you can see, I'm going to try and show you my engagement ring that has the black diamond on it and the skulls on the side. And then if you look at the wedding band, it is skulls with black diamonds in the eye sockets all the way around. I had asked for some advice from the War Room peeps about what there's a better shot of the wedding band there, about what they thought of the ring. And Travis actually had a good idea to see if they could make it with purple eyeballs instead of black, and they couldn't. So I got the black diamonds instead, which I absolutely love. So that's the new bling right there. Yeah. Made it official, went to file all the actual paperwork yesterday at City Hall. And yeah, it's kind of crazy. Is he there with you right now? He is here, but he is out back sitting around a bonfire with a bunch of his buddies hanging out. He didn't want to sit here and stalk me in the War Room, but he is around. Eric says those rings are so freaking gorgeous. Thank you so much. I absolutely fell in love with them. I don't have a picture of his ring or I would show it to you, but it is flat black tungsten carbide. So it's really badass looking. It has hammer marks in it. So it's not like a 22 kill ring, like just a black flat ring, but it's flat black and has hammer marks in it. And it's just really unique and really interesting. Is anyone else having trouble with the video? God, I hope you guys aren't having trouble with the video tonight. So cheers. If you guys will join me in a toast. If you're new to the War Room, we have cocktails in here. Every once in a while, we'll have mocktails in the War Room. Sometimes we'll do a Temple Tuesday and have Shirley Temples, but I think a cocktail for anyone that enjoys an alcoholic beverage from time to time is in order. So cheers to you guys. Any kind of marital advice you guys want to pass along, that would be great. Sending you champagne, says Shelly. So thank you so much. Salud, Joe. Melanie says, congratulations. Love the ring. Thank you so much. It's getting blotchy, says Eric. How does it feel to be married? So when I announced that I was getting married a couple of weeks ago on social media, a lot of people had commented and said, wait a minute, I thought you were already married. And I had been married previously. I got married back in 2008. And unfortunately, after a number of years, it did not work out for some pretty significant reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. You're going to have to give me way more cocktails here in the War Room to get into that shit show of a story. But my husband and I have been together for years now, and really excited that we're married now, which I can't believe. So before I answered a bunch of your questions about the wedding, I wanted to show you guys some pictures, if you don't mind. I am going to warn you because I know that, thank you, Brianna, for letting me know your video is fine. I appreciate that. Steve says, congrats, great ring. No advice. I was with someone for 14 years and never married, and thank God for that. Let's see. Hi and congrats. Thank you very much, Tracy. Someone give her the fireball, says Eric. I am the king of my castle when no one is home, says Eric. Yeah, exactly. The red wedding dress was totally badass, though, says Timothy. That's what I got married in the first time. I tried this time to, I wanted to be open-minded when I went wedding dress shopping. And so I tried on dresses of all colors. And yes, I tried on white dresses and it just did not work. I didn't feel comfortable. It looked like I was wearing a costume. It was really weird. And so, Michael's putting up some tips about video resolution if you're having trouble with the video. So I finally settled on a dress that was black. Shocking. And my new husband loved it and thought it was great. And so I wanted to show you guys some pictures. So here are some pictures of things. I put up a lot of the Instagram handles because I've been getting asked a lot of questions about where I got stuff. And so I wanted to show you guys. So Mike Shu's wife actually made my bouquet, which you see on the screen, which could not have been more perfect if I wanted it to be. So that's the name of the florist that did my flowers, and they were perfect in every way and beautiful and still beautiful right now. I have them in flower vases and they were absolutely amazing. So Francoise, you did an amazing job. My sister, as I showed you guys last week in the war room, got me the bride and groom Pez dispensers. So instead of getting a regular wedding cake, we just opted to get a lemon cake. My husband loves cheesecake and it is not my jam. So we had a groom's cake and a bride's cake. And so that's the bride's cake. It was a lemon bundt cake from Nothing Bundt Cakes in Shrewsbury, which was so delicious. I've been eating it for breakfast every day and it's so good. Wallace Bagpipes for You played bagpipes. You may recognize him. That's Scruffy Wallace, formerly of the Dropkick Murphys. He played the bagpipes for the wedding and was perfect and just amazing. And you can actually hire him for weddings and funerals. And he comes in full regalia and was just amazing. That's a little bit of a picture of my dress. If you go onto Calypso on Instagram, that is my niece who does a lot of entertainment makeup, movie, television makeup. And she did my makeup, so I wanted to give her a little props. And then that is what Wednesday looked like at the wedding. Could not have been cuter, just absolutely adorable. And then Linda, my hairstylist for years and years and years, at Maine Hair Lounge, did my hair and actually got some curls to stay in it, even though it was raining and then humid as fuck. So those are some of the pictures that I wanted to show you guys. Here are a couple of other ones. I do not have the official wedding photos back. When I get those back, I will show you some of those as well. These are just some of the candid shots that some people from the family and friends that were there took for me and sent to me. So it's a little bit better of a view of the dress, which was long sleeve black velvet, which wasn't exactly the best choice for a late August wedding on a very humid day in Massachusetts. So I'll tell you that I was a sweaty mess by the end of the day. But it was beautiful and I loved it. And I can wear it again, unlike a regular wedding dress. Mike Shu joined me at the wedding. We obviously were really careful about the coronavirus. And so we got married outside. And so everyone was able to spread out and wear masks. He took his mask off just to take this picture. But otherwise, everyone was super careful. But it was really great to have him here. And, like I said, his wife did my flowers and they could not have been more perfect. And a few other people that I worked with at the radio station were here as well. I did get a surprise gift. Someone that was at the wedding took a screwdriver and put that license plate frame on my car without me knowing. And I didn't see it for days. And yeah. So I wanted to show you guys because it's ridiculous. I still don't know who did it. My husband knows who did it, but he won't tell me. Monica says you're glowing. It was a great day. I had a great day. It was a beer and pizza kind of thing outdoors. And we obviously got dressed up, but a lot of other people didn't. They just came in whatever comfortable attire they chose to be in. And that was it. It was just a great day. It was nothing extravagant, but filled with love. Unfortunately, we had a lot of people that weren't able to join us because they were nervous about the virus. A lot of people didn't want to travel. A couple people did travel and went and got tested right before they flew so that they didn't have to quarantine. And we were really careful. But that's why we did it outside, so that everybody could kind of spread out. And we were married by someone that was with us the night that we had our first date. So that was really special. Nothing wrong with a pizza and beer type of wedding. Exactly. Did you get swatted by the swords? I did not, because there weren't, all of the Marines weren't here. Like I said, it was a pretty laid back thing. He wore his blues, obviously. But we didn't have a huge crowd of people because we were worried about the virus. And so there you go. So I'll show you the pictures one more time real quick. These are just some of the pictures, and it was perfect. And so now I'm married. So there you go. I hope he's home to stay soon. He is not, Monica. We'll get into that in the next couple of weeks in the war room. Jen says 2020 isn't all bad. Actually, no, it was really nice to have something nice and happy happen for a change. Because this year, as you know, has been difficult. Mark wants to know how many of my guys showed up. A few of them showed up, actually. I will dig that picture out. We all took a picture together. So I will dig that picture out in a future episode. And Eric says, stop watching the news. LOL. You look killer, kid. Eric, this isn't coming from the news. I know a lot of people that have had it. I know a lot of people that have it right now. I know people that have it, didn't know they had it, were completely asymptomatic. I know people that had it that were fatigued and achy and tired and somewhat nauseous, but didn't really get the respiratory distress. I know other people that got it, were totally symptomatic, young people with no pre-existing conditions that lost their sense of taste, lost their sense of smell, were so fatigued they can't walk up a flight of stairs. I know one guy that's had symptoms and it's kicked his ass for over a month now. I have another friend that's my age that lives in California that has no pre-existing conditions and ended up on a ventilator for 4 days. I have another friend that got it that lives here in New England that ended up on a ventilator for over a week. And I know several people that have lost family members due to complications of the coronavirus. So this has nothing to do with watching the news, which I've been really careful about making sure I know where my news is coming from, especially as we get closer to the election, which, by the way, I hope you guys all voted today. This is coming from real world, real life experience with people that I know. And I had family members that are immunocompromised that were extremely concerned about being around anyone. And so we had actual special parking lots that special parking spots, I should say, that allowed them to watch the wedding from their cars so that they didn't even have to get out of the car. But it was nice to know that they were there. So I voted as well, Travis. Nicely done. He has no sense of smell or taste and is weak, says Monica. Yeah, see, it's so, you know, you have to make these decisions for yourself. And I just know way too many people that have had it. I know way too many people that have tested positive, and that even if you only get the fatigue, it's knocked them out of work for weeks because they just physically can't get out of bed, or they can't climb up a flight of stairs. They can't pick up their kids because they're so tired. I'm Italian. I really want to be able to smell and taste stuff, and losing my sense of smell and taste for over a month does not sound like a good fucking way to live. So I'm not so much afraid of dying per se, because I'm strong and I'm young and I don't have any pre-existing conditions, but I don't want to have to battle the thing and live through the recovery of it. I would just rather not get it in the first place. So my voting is next Tuesday, says Eric. Totally going to the polls. There you go. I'm not a voter, says Billy. Billy, you should be, unless you're not allowed to vote for some reason. Barbara says, as an immunocompromised person, I appreciate your dedication to safety. I can't tell you that I'm 100% perfect, but I try really, really hard. I can't even tell you how much I spent on hand sanitizer. It was everywhere. Still scary, says Lisa. No, please stay safe, says Monica. Blueberry cobbler, says Eric. No thanks, I'm blind. Losing my sense of smell and my sense of taste along with my sight would suck the chrome off a bumper. Exactly, Krista. A metalhead is a pre-existing condition, says Mark. Yeah, seriously. Although I think, being a metalhead, it might actually scare the virus away. I've been watching and I am definitely proud of you and happy for you. Well, thank you very much, Stephen. So that is kind of all the details about the wedding. It was super chill, super laid back. I couldn't be happier. And I don't know. That's it. I'm super happy. So let's make a podcast announcement. Dun, dun, dun. New this week, episode number 13 of the Mistress Carrie podcast is going to feature all 4 members of Cedar. Episode goes live at midnight tonight. Super excited for you guys to hear this episode. I broke the news to all the guys in the band that they were actually part of my honeymoon. And they all got a kick out of that because they had no idea, as did most people, that I was getting married. So, but we had some great conversations. We talked a lot about the virus and about not being able to tour. They did a virtual show 2 days ago, actually, online, which I believe is still streaming now. If you go to Cedar.com, you can get all of the details on that. And their new album came out last Friday. So if you are a Cedar fan, I think you're really going to love this episode. Sean Morgan got really candid on some stuff. We talked a lot about parenting. We had a great discussion about music licensing and how the bands get paid, especially by some streaming services, which I thought was really interesting. We talked about the virus some. We talked about what they've been doing staying home. We joked around a lot about, some of the old days. And then obviously they wanted to know some of the inside information as to what happened when AAF went off the air. So super excited for you guys to hear this week's episode, which debuts at midnight tonight. So for anybody that's new to the Mistress Carrie podcast, you can get the episodes at all of these places: Apple, Google, Spotify, radio.com, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Deezer, Overcast, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pocket Casts, and Pandora. So you can basically listen to the podcast everywhere that you would want to listen to podcasts. And so far, 80 countries have found the Mistress Carrie podcast, and still counting. So I need you guys to help me out filling in all of those countries that are gray, trying to get the word about the Mistress Carrie podcast to spread even further worldwide, but we're doing a pretty good job so far. Loved the Shu Podcast. Definitely the top favorite, says Ash. Well, that was what I wanted to talk to you guys about. So let's talk about episode 12. I can tell by the downloads that a lot of people loved the Mike Shu podcast. A lot of people said it was just like listening to WAF again, that he needs to come on the podcast even more. And I know a lot of people then checked out his Neil Young podcast, Long May You Young, which he was super psyched about because he works really hard on it. So what did you guys, Joe says, I still have to listen to the Mike Shu podcast. Joe, you're going to love it. It was so much fun. Danielle says you and Shu are amazing together. Shu's podcast was great, says Christine. World domination, says Eric. Yeah, exactly. They love anything with the word mistress and anyone with purple hair. Thank you very much, Stephen. Almost complete coverage of South America. I know, right? Which is pretty cool. They love their rock music down there. And so I think they've found the Mistress Carrie podcast because of all of the different bands that we've had on. But Mike Shu, what's up, Denny? How are you? Love listening to Mike Shu on 100 FM, The Pike now. Yes, we talked about that a lot, actually, that he is now on The Pike, 100 FM in Worcester every night from 6 to 8 p.m. He is back on the radio. Not a full show yet, but I don't think it's far behind. Mike Shu is too good on the radio to not end up. Travis says, I like Mike Shu's take on Rush and Neil Peart. May he rest in peace. Exactly. It was a great podcast, says Julie. It was so funny, says Jane. I have purple nails and toenails on tonight for you. Thank you very much, Lisa. I'm a couple behind and need to catch up, says Julia. Don't forget that with every episode of the podcast, if you go into the podcast description, there's a link to a corresponding playlist that I put together on Spotify every week for the episodes. And I think the Mike Shu podcast is fantastic. Anytime during the interviews that we talk about bands, songs, music, whatever, I put all of those songs in there in case you're listening to a podcast episode and you're like, wait, what song are they talking about? So obviously when it comes to episode 13, which goes live at midnight, it's going to be filled with Cedar music. Not only some of their old stuff and their most popular stuff, but a lot of their new stuff as well. So if you have not gotten their new album, they are doing exclusive vinyl at outlets like Walmart and Best Buy. And if you go to Cedar.com, you can get all of the details on that. But saving all of the podcasts for recovery, says Monica. Okay, well, Sepultura is huge down there in South America. Absolutely, Eric. Yes, can't wait for this one, says Danielle. Love the playlist, says Wendy. Yeah, I just think it's a really cool way because I can't put music in the podcast episodes themselves. The only way that I can put music in the podcast episodes is if they're independent artists that expressly give me written permission. But when you get a band, let's like Cedar, they have record companies, management, publishing. There's licensing, ASCAP and BMI. There's so many people that are involved in the trail of music that getting permission to get a band like Cedar, it's not just a matter of whether or not Sean just goes, oh yeah, hey, just put the songs on the podcast. It's not that easy. Just be careful on Spotify. They cut 50 episodes from Joe Rogan, says David. Yeah, that's right. The Joe Rogan podcast went live yesterday. Well, Spotify doesn't have exclusive distribution of the Mistress Carrie podcast. It's an outlet, but Google, Apple, there are so many other podcast outlets. Curious why they cut 50 episodes off of Joe Rogan's library and what those topics were that he was talking about. I can't imagine Joe Rogan is somebody that's happy that a bunch of his episodes got taken down. So Brianna says, pumped for this playlist. I love you. I loved you and the Mike Shu podcast listen last night. Thank you very much, Lou. Mike Shu and I couldn't love him more. I miss working with him every day. I thought the episode was really funny. And that was literally he and I sitting down, turning the microphones on in MCHQ. And that was it. That's just how we are all the time. That's not faking. That's not, working. That's not prepping ahead of time. We didn't plan what we were going to talk about ahead of time. That's just how we are together. And I really miss listening to him. Producer Mike said a lot of them were alt-right or controversial content. That's very interesting. He went 5 hours on his first podcast. Wow. I know that Joe Rogan's like Post Malone podcast was almost 4 hours long. So any music from the Sarin Gas days. You know what? I don't think I put anything on those there yet, but Shannon, I'll go back and put some on. So I got no problem doing that. Oh, it tastes so good. Oh, by the way, Fernandez was at the wedding. And he made me a bunch of sangria as a wedding gift. And so everybody at the wedding got to go full Fernandez, and it was awesome. So Brianna says, y'all are effortless together. That's just how we are together. And I need him to come in more often. I think we need to do one of those podcast episodes like every few months or something because it's just too much fun. That was an unedited episode, says Wendy. Wendy, just so you guys know, because I think we talked about it a little bit. I try really hard not to edit my episodes. Most of the time that I have to put edits in the episodes, it's for technical reasons. Because I'm not doing all of these episodes in my studio, because I'm talking to artists over the internet and over phone lines, sometimes there's hissing, buzzing. Sometimes, like with the Cedar episode, I was talking to the guys on different internet feeds and there was a little bit of a lag. So I had to go in and edit some of the pauses out just because that was a product of the technology and not because they were waiting to answer the question. So I tightened it up a little bit. The special sangria, says Joe. Yes, it had limoncello in it and it was delicious. The Mike Shu episode was untouched. I literally put the intro on the beginning and the outro on the end and didn't touch that episode at all. That is exactly how it went down in the studio, soup to nuts, one take, no edits. When is Danielle coming in for the slumber party? I am trying to nail her down. She's been on vacation, and obviously I've been a little busy getting married, so it's been a little hectic, but Danielle is definitely coming on for Cocktails in the War Room soon, and we're going to do a slumber party episode. Auntie Ange went full Fernandez, says Brianna. Yes, she did. It was awesome. It was, like I said, it was great. I loved every minute of it. Let's see the ring, Mistress. John, you're late. I already showed you guys the ring. Black diamond. Sorry. Skulls on the side. Skulls on the band. Took some wedding band advice from all the people that have the Mistress Carrie backstage pass, and you guys were right. Julie says, one of my favorite casts. Thank you very much. No audio. Who's got no audio? What's going on? So Mike Shu was absolutely unedited. Let's see. So this week, you'll hear a little bit of echo and stuff when I talk to the guys from Cedar, but we had a really good time. We talked a lot about poop and hand washing, and not so much COVID related, but just more of like dirty hands, dirty people going to the bathroom and not washing their hands. Like Sean Morgan from Cedar has got opinions on cleanliness. And what else I thought was really interesting is that 2 out of the 4 guys in Cedar have military dads, which seems to be an ongoing theme with a lot of people on the podcast. There's a lot of rock stars that have military dads. Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach. There's a whole bunch of them. There's just been so many of them over the years that I interviewed at WAF and then obviously on the podcast. And so we talked about why we think that is. Why we think that musicians like Tommy Vext has a military dad from Bad Wolves. So I thought it was really interesting and something that we talked about why people that are in this line of work or in the entertainment business come out of military families, or why people like me end up marrying military people. This is a pretty interesting conversation. So that goes live at midnight. One more reminder about where you can get the podcast. And as always, I'll ask you guys, if you know Cedar fans, if you've got friends that you always go to see Cedar with when they come to town, pass the podcast episode around, share it on your social media, tag me in it, put it up on all of the Cedar Reddit lists and all of that stuff, and help me spread the word about the podcast. Like I said, you guys are doing the work already, 80 countries and counting. All right, let's talk about some music headlines. I have not had time because of the wedding to watch Bill and Ted 3. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. I need movie reviews. Have you guys seen it? What did you guys think of it? I definitely will get you some promotion. Thank you very much, Steven. You know, military men don't got the time for BS. That's why, says Diva. Exactly. Melissa McCarthy is going to play Ursula in a new live action Little Mermaid coming to theaters in 2021. Perfectly cast. Seriously. Lisa says, saw it. Says it was awesome. Emily says Bill and Ted 3 was awesome. If your video or audio goes down, exit out and come back works every time for me, says Brianna. I wonder if Saliva is still together. They actually are, Rodney, and that is one of the bands that I am going to have on the podcast sooner than later. I've been talking to those guys. Mark says it was fantastic. Lisa says watched it the other day. Haven't seen it yet, says Amanda. Been watching the Bruins and Celtics, says Heather. Let's see. Buddy saw it and loved it. Picks up where Bogus ended. Fantastic. Korn was supposed to be tonight at Great Woods. I know. It just, I keep getting all of the concert alerts. I had them all in my calendar, and I keep getting all of these alerts for shows that are just not happening. Back to work. Yes, exactly. I am back. Had no audio. Thanks for coming back, Jeff. Not sure what happened, but here we go. John Frusciante from the Red Hot Chili Peppers has a solo album coming out next month. I saw this headline today, and I really hope the people that are producing the documentary, or the docu-series, I should say, reach out to me and Ian Barrett from Real Rock TV. There is a Woodstock 99 docu-series headed to Netflix. Now, if you have been listening to me over the years at WAF and then here in the War Room and on the podcast, we broadcasted live and filmed for Real Rock TV at Woodstock 99. And the riots that broke out on that Sunday night happened after MTV and all the other news outlets had left. And we were still there recording for Real Rock TV, and actually raced overnight to get back to Boston to be able to go on with Hillman on Monday morning to talk all about the riots at Woodstock that happened the night before. So I really hope the people that are producing this Woodstock 99 docuseries on Netflix reach out to us, because I believe I've got a bunch of old audio, not only of interviews, but also our reaction to everything that had happened. Slipknot shared their 2002 DVD disaster piece for the first time online. So if you are a proud maggot like I am, you want to go and watch that 2002 DVD disaster piece, go and look online because it is there. Okay, it's time for mail call. Obviously, I gave Wednesday one of her toys earlier, that purple rope dog. That came in a package that also came with this glorious mug. Look at this. It's a Muppet mug. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, it's fucking amazing. Seriously, look at this mug. Now, it came in a box that had no card, so I don't know who sent it to me. I love it when you guys send me anonymous gifts. But at the same time, I always like to be able to thank you guys for being so generous and so amazing and sending me stuff that you know I am going to love, like a Muppet mug. Ah! By the way, I wore my Muppet mask to the post office to go and get all of the stuff out of the mail, out of the post office today. And somebody complimented me on my Muppet mug at Dunkin' Donuts today. So, on the Muppet mask I was wearing, which was pretty hilarious. And then I opened up one of the boxes and it had a Muppet mug in it. So it was pretty awesome. Okay. So then I got another box. For all of the sweet and wonderful things you do, a little sweetness back to you, says the card. Hold on so you can read it. And it says, Carrie, this is the second package I'm sending. This is a special pillow for Wednesday that she can toss off the couch, which she always does here in the War Room. Also, I think the toy pig might have escaped from the lands of X-rated misfit toys. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the pillow. This is actually Wednesday from a picture. This is a Wednesday pillow. How amazing is this? Look at this thing. She can just sit in here. So if she decides that she just wants to goof off and doesn't want to come in, I can turn the pug cam on and fake Wednesday is here. Seriously, look at this. It's the fucking greatest thing ever. You guys are so awesome. Now the pig that is referenced in the card, this is a toy pig for Wednesday, okay? Now it's a pig. Cute. It's got a squeaker in it somewhere. Okay? The pig tail got somehow sewn into the crotch. So look at this pig. Does that look like a tail? No. This is pornography. This is an X-rated pig pug toy. That is not okay. This is supposed to be a tail, but it is not. And I can't stop playing with it. So I don't know what that says about me. But that is a pig penis. Am I wrong? Yeah, you guys are all dying. Exactly. You know what's right. That is not a pig tail. That is a pig penis. And you're all perverts for laughing. And look, you just looked again. Stop looking at the penis. Stop it. Knock it off. You're still looking. You're hypnotized. You won't stop looking at it. You can't stop. You won't stop. It's a pig penis. I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to put the pig and the penis right there. There you go. All right, let's see. The card goes on to say, I thought she needed a home even if she has problems with her body parts. Yeah, exactly. Please enjoy the gloves working in your garden. Check out these fucking things. And they're purple. They're gardening gloves that make me look like Wolverine. I mean, are these not these are like a Halloween costume waiting to happen, by the way. I don't know for what, but how cool are these? I am going to plant a bunch of like tulip bulbs and stuff this fall, so. How cool are those? Yeah, I've already played with them for like a half hour earlier today. I told you I was a child. Okay. The card goes on to say it should help you from breaking your nails. The bracelet I thought was perfect for you. So hold on. I haven't opened it yet because it's in this box. With a note that says the cover slides open. It's a good thing they... Are you sure? You guys are... I should have done this before. See, this is why I open shit ahead of time. Oh, there we go. Slides open. Oh my God. This is the funniest thing I have ever seen today, besides the pig penis. This bracelet says fuck off in Morse code. Where do you guys find this stuff? These are like the most perfect gifts on the planet for me. Look at this thing. It says fuck off in Morse code. I need to wear this immediately. Oh my God, this thing is so cool. You guys are amazing. They sound like lobsters, says John. I know, those gloves are unbelievable. Oh my God, this thing is so freaking cool. It just comes in the most impossible packaging ever. All of my military friends are going to get a kick out of this. And the fact that you guys know, look at that, about my grandfather and that my tattoo is in Morse code and that he was a radio operator and now it says fuck off on my wrist in Morse code. I seriously couldn't love this anymore if I tried. Degree of difficulty putting a bracelet on. Look at that. How cool is that? Okay. Card goes on to say, Twinkie the Kid is something I've had for years. Seriously. Are you supposed to put a Twinkie in there? Is that what you're supposed to do? I'm 5 years old. I'm sure you can find a good spot for him to be displayed. Yeah, he's going down in MCHQ. Congrats again on the wedding. Good things happen to good people. The card says, some people manage to inspire others even when facing tough times themselves. You're one of those people, and I feel blessed to be by your beautiful spirit. Thank you, says Karen. Karen, that could not have been sweeter, more generous. You were just amazing. So thank you very much. It means a lot. There's also a pug sticker in there, which is awesome, which I can't wait to do something with. I just haven't figured out what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's awesome. If I don't pick up these things off the floor Wednesday, I'll try to eat them. So Karen, thank you so much. I love it when you guys send me mail, especially when there's just such cool stuff in there and just amazing. So no, I love you guys. It makes me so happy. So, oh God. One more thing I wanted to show you. I can't show you everything, but Fernandez sent me something in the mail today as a wedding gift for me and my new husband. Have you guys seen these man crate things? So he sent us a man crate. So it comes like this. This is an ammo can for anybody that doesn't know what it is. This is how you transport ammunition. And I've got a few ammo cans here in the war room. That's what it looks like inside. So this man crate came with two custom pint glasses that had me and my husband's name on them, and then a bottle opener that was like a 50 cal round that has our names etched in it, and some beef jerky because my husband and I really like beef jerky. But it came in an ammo can, which I thought was amazing. So thank you very much, Fernandez. I know you're watching. You're amazing. All right. So if you're celebrating your birthday today, the only ones I could find were Barry Gibb and Gloria Estefan. So if today's your birthday, cheers to you. Happy birthday. Ooh, my Moscow Mule is sweating. Okay. So I will tell you, now that I have got MCHQ up and running and tested by Mike Shu, that I'm pretty close to giving my first tour of MCHQ. And the people that are going to see it first are people with the Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass. So I want to welcome Kat, Ron, Annette, Jane, Kathy, Paula, Lisa, Rachel, Paola, Kathleen, Janine, and Carol. They all, since last week, got themselves Mistress Carrie Backstage Passes. And everybody that had Backstage Passes already saw a lot of the pictures from the wedding. And I was putting up updates throughout the weekend. And it's a place where you can just get extra content, and a place where I know, Craig, I said husband. Today's Dr. Phil's birthday. Mark says Dr. Phil is 71. Well, there you go. So happy birthday, Dr. Phil. But I tend to communicate pretty much every day with everybody that has Mistress Carrie Backstage Passes. And as things move along, as the website goes up, as I start having guests in MCHQ, as events start coming back, when the online store opens, it's only going to grow. And having a Backstage Pass is a way for you to get inside info, exclusive posts. I'm going to start putting up more blogs and stories up there as well. And it's just a way for me to kind of have a little separate crew of people, kind of like the War Room, but, it's going to give you discounts on things, insider information on stuff. So usually the way that it works, just so you guys have an idea, is that usually the people with the Backstage Passes find out stuff first. Then I come in the War Room and tell the War Room family. And then after that, we share it with everybody else on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and stuff. But usually the only thing that the people with the Backstage Pass don't know is they never know ahead of time who's going to be on the podcast. That I try to save for the War Room, because if they're anything like me, they're going to be really bad at keeping secrets. Although they were good at keeping the secret about me getting engaged a couple weeks ago. But so I want to thank everybody that already has their Mistress Carrie Backstage Pass. and you can go to patreon.com/Mistress Carrie and you can get one. Now, if you want to find me on social anywhere else, here's where you can find me. Obviously, you know where to get me on Facebook. And if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, you obviously have found my YouTube channel at youtube.com/C/Mistress Carrie. On Twitter at Mistress Carrie, on Instagram at Mistress Carrie WAF. I am also on Cameo. So if you want me to make custom Cameo videos for you, if you want me to do a gender reveal video, if you want me to wish somebody a happy birthday or happy anniversary or thank someone for their service, Veterans Day is coming up in November. If you want to send a birthday video to someone that's having a birthday coming up, you want to send Halloween messages, you can go on Cameo and you can get almost anybody to make custom videos for you. There's musicians on there, actors, athletes, social media influencers, radio DJs, television hosts. There's a little bit of everything on there. I mean, there are people that are selling their custom videos for hundreds of dollars. Mine are pretty affordable. So if you want to do that, you can go to Cameo and it's cameo.com/Mistress Carrie and I will make custom videos for you. And yes, I still have not put anything up on my TikTok, but it's going to happen eventually. My husband and I were actually joking about making a TikTok video at the wedding and then we got drunk and it didn't happen. So I apologize for that. So there you go. Carrie, if we were told back at the end of March that you'd be getting married, what would you have said? Brianna, if you had told me on January 1st of this year that WAF would be gone, that aliens were real, that a global pandemic was going to keep everyone locked in the house, and that I was going to be married, I would have been like, you are on drugs. And it's not even Labor Day yet. What the hell's going to happen the last quarter of the year? Let's see. Just wrote a song called Exile to Paris on my SoundCloud about Jim Morrison and I Might Hit You Up. Very cool. Big Poppy's videos are $500, says Mark Bishop. So yeah, I'm definitely not charging Big Poppy money. Need more Mistress Carrie shirts, hoodies. The holidays are almost here. Renee, trust me, the online store is going to be up with plenty of time for you to do your holiday shopping. That is why we are working so hard right now, because we are trying to get everything solidified and approved and be able to get everything produced. Because when the online store goes live, it's going live to be able to put together all of the things that you would want to buy for the holidays. And especially now that, this is my job. Unless I end up back on the radio someplace, obviously my new company, the podcast, Cocktails in the War Room, all of the other things that I'm doing. Brianna says, yeah, you literally reinvented your entire career and got married by Labor Day. Yeah, no big deal, Brianna. It's like, phew. Can't wait for my hoodie, says Danielle. Can I see your ring, says Heidi. Yes. Black diamond, skulls on the wedding band. Let me see if I'll take it off so you can get a better angle at it. Good thing I got my nails done. See the skulls? It's got diamonds in the eyes. And then the wedding ring has skulls too with diamonds in the eyes, which I love because I'm weird. So yeah, I would not have believed you if you had told me all of this was going to happen. But the online store, all by Labor Day during a pandemic, you are efficient, says Brianna. Yeah, exactly. So the online store is coming. My goal was to have the online store up and running and be taking orders before my birthday, which is October 1st. So, wait, is October 1st a Tuesday by any chance? No, it's a Thursday. We're going to have to have a birthday party on September 29th. Just warning you ahead of time. We also need to figure out when the 100th episode of Cocktails in the War Room is. I know somebody figured it out, but it's coming up in September, right? Like it's coming up in the next few weeks. We got to make sure that we're planning something special for the 100th episode as well. So maybe I'll take some suggestions from the people with the backstage pass on who they think the guest should be, which could be pretty interesting. So anyway, that's what's going on. So don't forget to check out episode 13 of the Mistress Carrie podcast. Goes live at midnight, featuring all 4 members of Cedar. If you have not caught up yet, I really hope you enjoyed episode number 12 with the one and only Mike Shu. And I will show you the wedding pictures one more time in case you came into the war room a little bit late. And thanks to everybody. Thanks to La Jolie Fleur and Francoise for doing such an amazing job with my flowers, and Calypso for doing my makeup. She did a great job. Linda at the main hair lounge found a way to keep the curls in my hair during a rainstorm and then a very hot and sweaty and humid afternoon. And Wallace Bagpipes for you. Scruffy Wallace played the bagpipes for me, which was amazing. And then the lemon bundt cake we got from Nothing Bundt Cakes was just so good. And then I had to put a picture of Wednesday in there because she had her little purple flower thing on. And there you go. So cool. And then me and Mike Show. All right, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for all of your amazing messages. Thank you for all of the love over the last week. It's been a really special week, and it's just nice to be happy for a change. I'm milking it as long as I can. We've gone through a lot together over the last 6+ months, and we've talked each other through the really hard times, and it's really nice to have you celebrating with me during some of the good times. So thank you. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Download the new episode at midnight.